Hello and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Omotayo Alo. Senate President Bukola Saraki has pleaded not guilty to the 13-count charge filed against him. The number 3 man in Nigeria who appeared before the Court of Conduct Tribunal today after a bit of breakbacks between him and the court says his decision to appear before the court was born out of respect for the rule of law. Having responded not guilty to the charges against him, Senator Saraki was flanked by supporters in chairs out of the court to return for further proceedings following the adjournment of the case to 21 October 2015. While the legal battle is unfolding inside the courtroom, hundreds of supporters of Senate President Bukola Saraki are taking up position within the premises tribunal. Some of them arrived as early as 6 a.m. on Tuesday in solidarity with the Senate President, armed with placards and chanting slogans. They expressed their support for Saraki. Meanwhile, the federal government is to spend 7 million naira on a series of activities lined up for Nigeria's 55th independence anniversary celebration. Some of the events include the ceremonial change of guards at the presidential villa, which is to be presided by a presidential address. Government officials have also lined up a children's party on October 3 with children from IDP camps as special guests of honor. The army authorities have approved the promotion of 5,000 soldiers currently in the theater of war in the Northeast. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai disclosed this at the conference in Abuja. He mentioned that the gesture is meant to boost the morale of troops and to ensure the realization of the presidential directive and ending the Boko Haram insurgency before the end of the year. The Army Chief also approved 32 million naira in scholarship for children of soldiers who lost their lives in the course of the war.
In the area of administration, quite a lot has also been done to improve the general well-being and boost morale of troops. In this vein, you will recall that my predecessor promised the troops in the erstwhile Operation Zaman Lafia accelerated promotion to the next higher ranks, but could not be implemented before I took over. I have since approved special promotion for 5,000 gallant soldiers in the Northeast, now Operation Lafia Dole. This is to boost the morale of the fighting troops. Approval has also been given for funds to the tune of 321 million naira for the payment of Nigerian Army sponsorship of disease personnel children for the 2014-2015 academic year.
Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has appointed Olufolarin Ogunsanwo as the new chairman of the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service. Ogunsanwo's appointment was confirmed by the Lagos State House of Assembly on Tuesday on the request of the governor. Ambode had earlier approved the appointment of new directors of the board. The new directors include Akintola Bolaji, Maruf Oladare Tijani, Arinola Kola Daisi, Sheyi Alade, Afolayan Folashade, and Ayodele Adebayo, with Jimmy Aina serving as board secretary. The new officers are expected to resume work immediately and work towards implementing the vision of the state government. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode on Tuesday inaugurated the governing councils of the Lagos State University, Lagos State Polytechnic, Adeniran Ogunsanya College of Education, Michael Otedola College of Primary Education, and the Lagos State College of Health Technology, with a charge on them to work assiduously to reposition the institutions as former citadels of learning. The governor at the inauguration ceremony held at the banquet hall Lagos House, Alausa, said his administration's belief that tertiary institutions are critical in achieving economic prosperity prompted the careful selection of diverse professionals from the academia, public and private sectors with proven track record and sterling antecedent to manage the affairs of the state's institutions. Among those inaugurated include Justice George Adishola Oguntade, CFR, a retired judge of the Supreme Court as Chancellor of LASU, Professor Adebayo Ninolowo, a professor of sociology at the University of Lagos, as Pro-Chancellor and Chairman Governing Council of LASU, Professor Tajuddin Madamosi, a professor of history at the University of Lagos, as Chairman Governing Council of LASPOTEC, Alaja Sekinat Yusuf as Chairman Governing Council of Moped, Professor Tunde Samuel as Chairman Governing Council of Accord, and Mrs. Tele Guiado as Chairman College of Health Technology. Ambody urged members of the council to see the appointment as a challenge and called to duty to bring back the lost glory of tertiary institutions in the state. Cross River State government says nominees for appointment as commissioners in the state will be subjected to intense scrutiny. In a statement, the special assistant to the governor on media, Christian Ita, said the nominees will undergo a mandatory aptitude test before confirmation is granted. The statement also disclosed that the test will also be taken by chairmen, members of boards, agencies and parastatals and special advisors. Governor Ben Ayade disclosed that this initiative is to ascertain if they can function in the new order where transparency and accountability are the watchwords. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has cleared the air about its alleged involvement in the recent raid of the Akwa Ibom State Government House by officials of the Department of State Service, DSS. Speaking with journalists in Lagos on Monday, the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Lai Mohammed, said the party is not privy to the invasion of the government house, contrary to what is being peddled by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, as a move by the ruling party to influence the tribunal.
A sticking point in the hearing of the governorship election petitions filed by the APC governorship candidate in the Niger Delta has been the role of the security agencies, including the military and the DSS. We want to state clearly that the military and other security agencies were deployed to the states in the Niger Delta to secure the last general elections and ensure the safety of the voters because of the threats posed by violence before, during, and after the polls. That deployment was beyond the APC. But because of the role of the security agencies, the APC can, and indeed has subpoenaed them when necessary to tell the tribunals what they saw. Any of the parties so interested can also do the same. To now extrapolate from this that the APC is using the security agencies to harass and intimidate the tribunals is simply a lie and absolutely irresponsible. DSS invasion of Akwa Ibom Government House. We in the APC are not privy to the reasons for the DSS search of the Akwa Ibom Government House. However, we have no doubt that the security agency acted within its area of competence and authority. We do not see any connection between the search by the DSS and our candidate's petition before the governorship election petition tribunal. We therefore reject any attempt by a desperate and paranoid PDP to cite DSS action as another instance of the APC-led federal government's supposed plan to influence the work of the tribunal.
We'll take a break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and
new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly. Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will strong for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV News at 4. For more of our news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, live space and news. The Kwara State Police Command has arrested a middle-aged man accused of selling fake police recruitment forms. The suspect was set to print false forms to unsuspecting public as a prerequisite for recruitment into the Nigerian police force. Rashid has more.
President Muhammadu Buhari announced intention to recruit 10,000 police officers into the Nigerian police force. Job-seeking Nigerians have so far been swindled with fake forms, while original form is yet to be rolled out by the appropriate authority. The new Kwara Police Chief, Esausa Amadesu, in an apparent resolve to curb criminality, parades a 30-year-old cyber cafe operator in Ilorin, alleged of printing fake recruitment police form to the public. The Commissioner of Police urged members of the public not to fall prey to fake recruitment syndicate, adding that the police would inform the people when ready to recruit the 10,000 personnel as directed by President Buhari.
Men of surveillance were moving around. We have won. If you want, I know that graciously the head of state has granted that police will be allowed to recruit about 10,000 numbered personnel this year. But the modalities have not been worked out. Therefore, officially, we have not been asked to start recruitment. But I don't know what went into the mind of this young man by name Ade Jimon. He runs a cyber cafe at 39 Moritola Mohammed Way. I would have loved to display his signboard here now. Both the Nigerian police forms were out for sale, and unsuspecting members of the public were busy purchasing. And when my men invaded the premises, forms like this were recovered, probably downloaded by way of amendment from the internet to make it look real.
The arrested suspect, however, denies selling of forms.
We have not sold anyone.
What about those ones you printed out?
It was printed 2 months ago. That was somewhere in July when it was announced that, the rumors was out that the form was out. But later, when it eventually said it's not out, we have not updated the signboard. That was why. And when they came, as in Mufti I did, they want to buy form. I told them the form is not out. I don't want it, they were police. So they said, but they saw it downstairs. I said it was a mistake. We have not rubbed it up. And they said that I was telling them they have not allowed us to be selling the form. That we already wrote it there before 2 months ago, so that when the form eventually out, people will know that we would agree to sell the form too. Before they discover they were actually police. We don't know. Neither do we sell form for them.
While the police clamp down on suspected syndicates, Nigerians, however, await the recruitment process into the Nigerian police. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
Crime Watch indeed. The Ekiti State Independent Electoral Commission has fixed the 19th of December for local government elections. This is coming as the chairman of the commission has been accused of being a member of the People's Democratic Party, while some parties also kick against the guidelines of the electoral process, accusing the commission of high-handedness. Rashid tells us details.
After the inauguration of the Ekiti State Independent Electoral Commission, doubt has been cast on the workforce of the commission. But the Justice Kayode Bamishile-led commission has come out with a date for local government elections in Ekiti State alongside electoral guidelines.
We have decided that local government election in Ekiti State has been fixed to come up on 19th December 2015.
While this is on, the chairman, Kayode Bamishile, has been accused of partisanship and alleged to be a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party.
Evidence in circulation, in public domain, about the chairman's association with a particular political party. Even the number of his person on the political register.
Anybody who named me as a card carrier of any police, let him just produce the card number and the evidence to that effect.
The local government election process has been described as serving the interest of the PDP-led government, while a third party kicks against the stand of XEC.
In all the 16 local governments in Ekiti State now, you can see posters for just one political party, and that political party is just the PDP. So, I mean, based on that again, I don't think it would be an election as we know elections to be.
For them to have gone on air to give announcement of date without giving us consultation, having passed the information to us after going on air, I think is unheard of and is quite unpalatable to us. Well, I want to give my word that we are going back to our table to have a meeting on our table. Then after, we will pass our resolution to the SEC body.
As the electoral body goes on with the election plans, the independence of the commission will surely be put to test as events unfold in days to come. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The Kaduna State Emergency Agency has confirmed the death of at least one person in a flooding incident that trapped several others. This follows heavy downfall in several communities in two major council areas. The mostly affected places include Kabala, Costain, Ugwan, Rimi Road and other communities along the riverbank. Residents of the hardest hit communities have also been speaking on the impact of the flood.
Let the government should repair the road. They should come and repair it. It's not good. Some people don't have money to park away from that place. Because before you park away, you have to look for money. So no money. And that's why many people are still there. I left that place since yesterday. I didn't go there. I can't tell you what I don't know.
I feel totally disorganized now. Because we didn't even know the water. The water this year is different from the way it used to come. So we didn't know it was going to get to that level. So we were just busy raising our stuffs up, only for us to find out that the water is inside the house. My shop is so covered now. I don't even know whether to cry or what.
Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has visited some of the communities that were submerged by the heavy flood to ascertain the level of devastation. The governor, who is accompanied by his deputy Bala Bantex and other top government functionaries, visited some parts of Chudanwada, Gonin Gora, Rami Sabantasha, Kabala West, among others. He assured victims of the flood that the government will provide temporary shelter for those displaced from their homes. Governor El-Rufai also advocated the need to stop the building of houses along riverbanks and flood-prone areas so as to avoid future occurrence. In promoting career development in Nigeria and Africa at large, a group has joined members of the public to improve in business networking, planning and capacity building among employees and job seekers, which, according to them, will reduce unemployment in the country. The report.
Career development is a lifelong process of managing learning, work, leisure and transitions in order to move towards a personally determined and evolving preferred future. Against this background, the University of Liverpool, Nigeria Alumni and Southwest Network organized a forum titled Business and Career Fair 2015, aimed at bringing together members and professionals in improving business networking and reducing unemployment to the barest minimum in the country.
We decided to have this event to create a platform so that members who are unemployed or who are looking to change their jobs, to get new jobs, can get opportunity to get in somewhere. Those who need their CVs to be restructured, they can get help from experts, because we have experts amongst us, and we brought out some other professionals from outside to help do that.
The whole idea basically is to actually have our entrepreneurs in our midst together and see what people do. We want to have people that have experiences in various industries to be able to share their success stories actually with other people so that they can actually grow, basically. So there are a lot of things happening here today where we have freshers, people still going into the business. We have people that are already doing business and want to learn a better way. And for those that are already doing fine also in the business, we're looking for a way to teach them on how to stabilize business. How do you diversify when things change, among other things, basically. So that's the whole idea.
Highlights of the events were talk sessions in career management and counseling, elements of a perfect CV, entrepreneur and business planning, capacity building in SMEs, business realignment strategies, and exhibitions.
Join us after this break for stories from outside Nigeria and sports.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Moving outside Nigeria, Burkina Faso's army has issued an ultimatum to coup leaders to lay down their weapons or face attack. This ultimatum comes hours after the elite presidential guard released the country's prime minister, Yakuba Isaac Zida, from custody. The release of Prime Minister Isaac Zida, who was detained alongside the country's president and an unknown number of cabinet ministers last Wednesday by presidential guard soldiers, occurred after army soldiers entered Ouagadougou without resistance. Dendera on Monday apologized to the nation and said he would hand over control to civilian transitional government. At least 10 people have been killed and more than 100 injured in protests sparked by coup, which came just weeks before what would have been the first elections since Blaise Compaoré was ousted in a popular revolt last October. The European Union Interior Ministers are set to hold an emergency meeting aiming to bridge a deep rift over Europe's worst refugee crisis since World War II. During the meeting, the ministers will discuss controversial binding quotas to relocate 120,000 refugees around the EU bloc from the frontline state after the failed to reach a deal last week. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has pledged to do everything to resolve the redistribution of refugees by consensus rather than simply outvoting European Union partners. Merkel pointed out that there cannot be a solution overnight to the crisis, adding that more meetings will be needed. Two Canadian tourists, a Norwegian resort manager and a Filipino woman, have been kidnapped by unidentified gunmen from a popular resort island in the southern Philippines. Philippines Army Captain Alberto Caba disclosed that the kidnapped persons were taken at gunpoint during a raid late on Monday night on the Ocean View Resort on Samal Island. He pointed out that it appeared that the foreigners were the target as they were not taken at random, stressing that there were about 30 foreign tourists at the resort at the time of the raid. The army official, however, disclosed that 3 naval ships were sent to search and intercept the gunmen's boat, while ground units have also been alerted to locate possible landing sites in southeastern Mindanao. And to sport, Alessandro Del Perio has congratulated Roma veteran Francesco Totti after the forward scored his 300th goal for the club in Sunday's 2-1 draw with Sassuolo, as the Roma legend Totti reached the milestone at the Stadio Olimpico, maintaining his record of scoring in every season with a cool finish following an error from Andre Consigliere. The 38-year-old first scored for Roma in the 1994-1995 season, and Del Perio, a former Italy teammate, appeared on Roma TV on Monday to congratulate the forward. Del Perio says it is a very special time for Totti and is happy to connect with him, and also says, having played for several clubs and captained different teams, he won't forget the scream he made after scoring a penalty against Australia in the 2006 World Cup, which the pair went on to win. Andy Murray is set to miss this year's World Tour finals. If, as expected, Belgium decide to host the Davis Cup final against Great Britain on clay, as the Flanders Expo Arena in Ghent will stage the tie if the Davis Cup committee gives it approval on Tuesday. The Belgian Federation has 2 weeks to confirm its choice of surface, but has opted for clay in 4 of its last 6 home ties, and may conclude it is the surface most likely to inconvenience Murray. Andy Murray says the O2 would obviously be a question mark for him if he were playing on the clay, and he also says he would go and train and prepare on the clay to get ready for the final. Britain's Mark Cavendish has been ruled out for the rest of the season after having shoulder surgery, as the 30-year-old Ethics Quick Step rider suffered the injury on the 6th stage of the Tour of Britain earlier this month and withdrew from the race. Cavendish pulled out of the UCI World Road Race Championships, which ran until 27 September, and said he was disappointed to miss that event, as well as the ABU Derby Tour in October. He was taken to hospital after hitting a packed car in the stage from Stoke to Nottingham during the Tour of Britain. He sustained bruises, but there was no fracture or dislocation of the shoulder joint. And it's a wrap on CoreTV News at 4. Thank you so very much for joining us. My name is Omotayo Alo. Bye for now.